Since we've been back in the valley, we have had the pleasure of staying on our friend's stunning rural property just on the other side of the mountain range we lived at. Our friends live completely off-grid with an impressive solar setup, access to fresh water filtered from their dam, and beautiful, stunning spring gardens that we have loved picking from the last few weeks. There are many more stunning features of this property, but one more that I want to mention today is their lack of animals. Yes, these guys don't have sheep or pigs or chickens. They actually hunt for their own meat by controlling the population of deer and rabbits on their property, as well as taking full advantage of neighbours who sell eggs. In today's video, I'm going to share a little glimpse into what our life has been looking like while staying here, as I take you along for a homemaking kind of day in the bus and an impromptu fire and feast in the evening with a fresh catch made by our friend. It has been a really long time since you guys have just spent the day hanging out with me and doing all of the wonderful things we love to do on a homestead, no matter whether we have land or not. So today I'm going to kind of take you along for my afternoon and into the evening because I've got a few fun things that I'm doing that are more indoors than outdoors. And we're starting with making some more homemade calendula balm. So I soaked calendula from my garden, so back from the homestead almost a year ago, in oil, and I have strained it and left the oil just kind of sitting there waiting for when we would need more. And today I can officially say that we're getting pretty low, so I finally got some more beeswax, unfortunately not from my bees, and I can put that together. Okay, I'm going to start by melting 4 tablespoons of beeswax. 2, 3, 4. I've cut the heat, and into that I'm going to add a cup of that calendula oil. I'm also going to add some essential oil. I've got some lavender. And since it's kind of split a little, I'm just gonna heat it up a bit. I think it's because the oil was cold, which is fine. So I let it sit for a moment and it's all kind of like melted together, ready to put into the containers. It is also now coming towards the end of October and we're nearing November, and so I am officially really excited for Christmas time. I have a really fun advent calendar planned for all of our channels, and I hope you guys participate, whether for the whole month or even just parts of it. But I'm really focusing more on connection this year. I'm still moving forward with, you know, doing homemade gifts and doing lots of cooking, and like spending as little as possible and getting really creative with crafts and using natural elements. And that's still going to be my Christmas this year, but the main focus, I guess, that I want to introduce into this year is just to connect more with our friends, with our family, and do really meaningful things together. And so that's kind of like a clue into the advent calendar. But as far as Christmas decorations go, this is going to be the official first year that I have only the bus to decorate, and I'm really excited to build on some of the things that I did last year and then come up with some new fun ideas to decorate as well. And one of them has actually come forward from like an accident, I guess. I had a bouquet of flowers that I picked from our friend's garden sitting, and I kind of left it really long and it ended up drying out, but it dried out really well and the little flowers actually kept a lot of their colour. So I am 100% going to be making use of these come Christmas time for decorating maybe like see-through baubles, or perhaps even just like making a garland and sewing like string through each of them to put onto the Christmas tree, which of course is probably going to be a wall hanging Christmas tree as opposed to like a big one. But yeah, super excited for that. I'll show you guys the flowers. I think they're called stock flowers. Some of you like flower and even garden enthusiasts that have done it for a while would probably know better than me, but I've never grown them and they are gorgeous. Can't wait. Oh my gosh, they smell so good. So we had hot pot with our friends the other night, which was so much fun. Great idea if you need like a dinner idea or an event to do with friends and family. Put on a hot pot, like just a Dutch oven of broth. We had 2 different ones. One was like a chicken one and one was a spicy Szechuan one. And you can get like the pack of flavoring from like any Asian grocer. And we just had like all the ingredients laid out and we had our bowls ready and even the kids got into it and it was just so much fun. But because we had that the other night, we have all of these delicious exotic mushrooms left over and I don't want them to go to waste, so I'm actually going to turn them into a risotto. I looked up a recipe and I found a miso butter mushroom risotto recipe, so I'm going to follow that, but I'm also going to add some bacon and most likely some either silver beet or some broccolini or both. Oh my god, it's gonna be so yummy. I just know we're not going to get to these otherwise. Alright, I'm going to chuck the mushrooms in and just leave them to brown. Well, this knife needs a sharpen. Oh my god, Sam, if you're watching this, I need the knife sharpened, please. I guess I know how to do it. Better. I'm going to do some oregano and half the garlic. Yum. Yum. They smell so good. These kinds of mushrooms are so much better than just like button mushrooms, and we don't get them often enough because they do cost a bit and you have to go to the Asian grocer around us to get it. It's not just kind of available at Woolworths. But luckily in the last like year or so an Asian grocer did pop up in town, so we are supporting it as often as we can and buying these kinds of ingredients. So I missed a step. I'm supposed to add the miso together with the butter, mix it, and then add it to the mushrooms. I'm just going to put it into it like that. But guys, this is the miso I made like a year ago. This was our bus miso. I think I made it over Christmas time, like actually maybe even 2 years ago. Like it's been that long, but it is so good and we're getting close towards the end of this big jar. So I'm going to have to try and make some more soon, but 10 out of 10. Would recommend if you eat a lot of Asian food. Having this in the fridge is amazing. I'm going to do one and like a little bit because miso is pretty strong. And then butter. Loosely following the recipe. gonna chuck it straight in now too. Should have cooked it before. That's okay. So I was going to be lazy because it's super hot and I just don't want to do this, but I think I'm gonna have to. I was gonna skip the part of having a broth. Usually we have chicken broth in the fridge, but like I said, we had a hot pot night, so we used up all of our broth and I haven't had a chance to make it up again. I was going to skip that part and I was just going to use water, but look, I'm just going to whip up a quick veggie broth. It's not going to be hard. It needs to be boiling anyways for a proper risotto, and I never do that step either, but I'm just going to do it this time just so we can get the most flavor and nutrients into this. I don't want to. All the weird things in my fridge and the things just sitting there waiting to be used can be part of our broth. We also have some shiitake, which are super nutrient. All those. Bay leaves, because I still have 1 kilogram to get through. Kombu, which is seaweed. Really, really good for you. Alright, I think we are ready to cook this risotto. I've just turned everything back on. Added some beans. Coat that all in the oil. This week has definitely been a oh man, look at that colour. Get things done kind of week. Sam's just going to pay for fuel, and we decided to start to arrive. We had a coffee before we left. Now we are on our way to the national park to see the birds of the Great Apes. Trying to keep up with the fourth one. Feel safe in this giant fruit tree. Standing out of here, so it's hard to get a perspective for just how tiny smaller than gorillas. But maybe you fathom what it's going to be like to be face to face with the gorillas. Bit of salt. Yum. They also have the community fights. So friends, community fights, of killing each other. I have a newfound love and appreciation for silver beet since having free access to mounds of it. I have replaced spinach in my saag curry with silver beet, which tastes identical, and I have loved using it for breakfast or dinner, just slightly fried with some garlic and butter. It seems that silver beet grows a lot easier and way more abundantly here in our friend's garden, so it makes sense to replace the spinach, which isn't growing as well. Our friend decided to go hunting to see if he could catch a rabbit, and he definitely scored one. The coolest thing was that we got to see his whole process of skinning, gutting, and preparing the rabbit to be cooked, and it took less than an hour to get it from start to finish, from hunt to plate.
this is the gnarly
Can
part.
I film this for Daniel?
Sure.
I promise I won't share it anywhere.
Yeah, I don't mind if you do.
He's really interested in this.
So you just cut a little hole in the skin.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm wondering if I should. Yep, that's right. Get it. Your fingers in there. And you literally just fucking take the skin off. Like that.
Easy.
Not as hard as you think.
Yeah.
Gets caught on the paws and the neck. They're the parts you can wring. Just peel straight off. God, it's so warm and shit.
Do you don't need his head though, do you really?
No, you cut it off.
Yeah. I'm doing this again.
What's this?
So skinny.
That's your skin
Yeah.
tint, isn't it?
Skin mark.
Yeah.
I forgot whether I should have gutted this first.
Arms are so tiny. Yeah. Oh, I have. And they're okay with it?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
That's why they do stew.
Because I remember Van was only really little.
Okay, I didn't want to watch
You've got the good
anyways.
shot.
There's a poo sack. Dip some poo in it.
It's easier on a chook because you don't have to see it as you're doing it.
Yeah.
Let's say.
It's also a bird and has the eyes of a demon.
I can't believe how skinny it is. You know what, my parents, because I used to have pet rabbits growing up, and something happened to my rabbit. I think maybe got taken by a hawk or something. And then, like, not long after, my parents decided to buy a rabbit
Cleaned out.
food
Beautiful.
Like
and
that.
joked about
Easy.
being my pet. I was
Might be
like,
some
I'm not eating
poo in
this.
here and
Like,
stuff that you just need to.
Stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I think they say that you can
Get the
even
tube.
pull on it. Like,
Is it?
Never is.
I never.
Guts.
Would you be eating that? No veggie.
Love it.
Maybe something.
Pull the last part out. That was really successful.
Good job. Quick, put another bullet
that-
through
isn't
it.
that
Oh,
amazing?
And like here too.
Fully like.
Because it's so fresh.
wow, it just starts like bouncing all over. It's so dinner. It's like, wait, I don't know what I'm shooting at. It's so hard, my brain.
Oh god. Here you go. Ariel's caught and cooked within the hour.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you want it.
That's so good. How often do you guys hunt rabbit like this?
Successfully or?
Both.
You tried through winter, but they were scarce in winter.
Yeah, it's hard in winter. It's only been the last few weeks that I've actually seen barely any, and then all of a sudden you're like, there's a million.
Yeah.
Just so many.
You would have liked the spot we had at the Grampians. There were so many rabbits just
there?
chilling,
Yeah.
just hanging out, sunbathing, like
Oh.
within like a few
Like,
meters.
When I go hunting too, I was telling Samson this, like, I'm tiptoeing around like this, just like, and then like they'll see me and they bail, and you're like, shit.
Yeah.
And then like other times you're like burning down on the quad bike, like this, and they're just everywhere, like looking at you, like, what? Yeah, I've done this good 9 out of the 10 times. The last time I did it, stuffed
Too
it up.
much.
I just overcooked it. I'm a bit,
Like, I reckon the back straps will cook pretty quick,
bit paranoid now, like.
and it's his fat legs that will take a little bit longer.